Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all of my favorite products in the month of September. We have a mix of makeup, body care, skincare, a bunch of little random things. But all of these products I've been using and reaching for this month, I love, I swear by. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna start with skincare. First skincare product is from Pharmacy. This is a sleeping mask. It's meant to be used at the end of your routine, so it's going to be a last step application. And this has 10% niacinamide, and it also has vitamin B. So this is really just going to help smooth and refine your pores. Here you can see just kind of how it blends in and how like buttery and smooth it is. This really reminds me of like a blurring primer, like a smoothing kind of blurring primer. It has that kind of silicone-y feel, and when you put it on your skin, it almost kind of feels like a primer. It looks like a primer too, but this has been really nice in my routine. It feels really nice on the face. I really love this. I've been reaching for this a lot. It is also from Pharmacy. So this is their cleansing balm. It's the Honey Vanilla Clean scent. This scent is limited edition, but it's the only cleansing balm I will use from now on. I have a backup in my bathroom just because I love it so much. It smells so good. It's like a light kind of honey smell. It's not too overpowering, so like even when you put it on your face, it's not like really you can smell it that much, but it's just such a nice kind of vibe. As you can see, I'm like halfway done with it. Absolutely love it, but it's so buttery, so you got like a few little chunks in there, and it just immediately melts into like a cleansing oil. It's so smooth, and that's what I love about it. Some cleansing balms I've noticed, when you like wash it off your face, you kind of have like a waxy or like, I don't know, some sort of film over your face and you can like feel it. This does not exist. Like that doesn't exist with this. I love it so much. I also like that I can use this to rub off my mascara. I wear like a lot of mascara and fake lashes, and so I'll have eyelash glue like all around my eye, and I can really gently just kind of rub it away, and it doesn't get in my eyes, it doesn't burn my eyes, it doesn't irritate them at all, and I don't have to scrub really hard either. So it's just really great. This is the only cleansing balm I will ever use. See, this is from Peach Slices. It's their Snail Rescue Intensive Wash Off Jelly Mask. So this is basically just like 95% snail mucin in this really thick kind of mask, just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. This is a new container. I actually just finished one and I put it in my skincare empties video on my TikTok if you guys want to watch that. But I love this mask. Again, this is like the third one I've purchased. I like to use this at night right after I get out of the shower, and so I'll put this on. It's really thick and it just kind of like emulsifies. I don't know if that's the right word. It just sinks into your skin really nicely. Like it goes on gel and it'll be thick on your skin. Give it like 15, 20, sometimes I even go like 30, 45 minutes. I'll forget I have a mask on, to be honest, and it seeps into your skin. Like you'll feel it. It doesn't feel sticky anymore. Like your skin absorbed it. It's crazy. And then once you wash it off, it kind of turns into like a, not really a cleanser, but it kind of feels like a cleanser. And you just wash it off and your skin is so smooth and soft after. I cannot say that enough. Like it smooths my skin, it soothes my breakouts. It's just so good, and it's really cheap too. It's less than $20, and for a mask to do that much for so cheap is crazy. This is really good. You guys should check it out, especially if you're acne prone or if you have sensitive skin. I feel like you would really enjoy this. I think that was it for the skincare. I do have a couple body care products that I want to get into. So this is a body cleanser. I'm not sure the brand for real. I got this at TJ Maxx. Again, this is something I've repurchased before. This is my favorite kind of body wash. I think it's like a Japanese brand, but it's strawberry smelling, and the strawberry smell is so strong. It smells so good. I love it. It's so light and airy and soft. I also like that it has a pump, and you just need like 1 or 2 pumps of this. I just take 2 pumps in like my little loofah, and I use it all over my body. It's really moisturizing and hydrating. I can feel it on my skin, especially if you use it continuously. I keep this in my shower. I love like collecting body washes and trying different scents and everything, but this, I've been using this consistently for like 4 to 6 weeks now, and I can honestly see like a difference in my skin. It could also be like my lotions and everything that I pair with it, but this has helped for sure. Even when I get straight out of the shower, I'm not as dry as I normally am. I have dry skin on the rest of my body, and then I'm like combination oily on my face. So my skin gets really dry, especially when it's getting colder, and this actually does play a difference. It's super cheap too. This was less than like $7 at TJ Maxx. It smells super good. It's good for sensitive skin too. This doesn't break me out, and I just like the smell, and look how cute it is. Like, I put this in my little shower vanity, and it's just like sitting there so cute. I just do a little pump in the middle of my shower. I love her, so cute. I have 2 fragrances that I want to talk about. These are both from Sabrina Carpenter. What are the names? Okay, so this is Sweet Tooth, and then this is Sweet Tooth as well, but it's the brown one. These are so good. If you like vanilla and you like there was a Bath and Body Works scent that was really popular. It was like warm vanilla sugar or something like that. If you like that, this is that same kind of vibe. I will say this is more of a sweeter vanilla. This is super sweet. Oh, it smells so good. I love it so much. And then this one is kind of more of like a caramel. Yeah, this gives kind of like a gourmand, kind of deeper kind of caramel. So both delicious, smell super good. They actually do last a pretty good while. I like to put it behind my neck. I try to avoid putting fragrances on my chest because that's where it'll like get swept away the most, because I'm always touching my chest. So I always do like behind my ear, behind my neck, on my back a little bit, and I also like to do right in between here. So that way when I open my arms, you can kind of smell the scent, and it does last a while. It smells super good. These are like $30 or less, and I love Sabrina Carpenter. Like, their packaging is so cute. I think she really ate with the kind of chocolate bar kind of, I don't know, I love it. I love her. She's on tour right now. I love her album. I love her makeup. I love Sabrina Carpenter. Next, we're getting into the makeup, which is why this is like my favorite part of the video. So we're kind of everywhere. There are a few, I try to like pick products. I didn't want to pick products from like each category, you know. I just really wanted to pick up products that I've noticed myself reaching for a lot. So I have 2 foundations that I want to talk about. First one, I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. The first foundation is from One Size. This is their Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation. I have it in the shade Medium Dark 40, and this has a more of a golden undertone. I like to go neutral cool with my foundations, but I have noticed some brands, like their neutral may not be other brands' neutrals, you know? So you really just have to test the shades, see what they look like on your skin. Now, this foundation does oxidize, so it may look lighter when you first apply it, but once you blend it out, let it sit for a couple minutes, it'll then turn into like its true shade. I love this foundation. I'm wearing it right now. I have to say, I have never gotten more comments on my makeup than when I wear this foundation. I've been wearing this. This has been the only foundation I've been wearing for like the past, since it came out. I got it like the day it came out, and so I've been wearing it, playing around with it. I've been playing with different concealers, different primers, different powders, just to see how it holds up. And I will say, this goes great if you have like a blurring primer or even a tacky primer. Like, this works with all primers, this works with all powders. Even if you want, you don't even really need to set this with a powder, I want to say. If you want like a light dusting of powder, you can do that and it'll still hold up really well. Or if you want to go full bake, you can do that too and bake your whole face in powder. It's not gonna look cakey, it'll just look really full coverage. So you can really turn it up, turn it down with how full coverage you want to go. I like to apply this with the brush. I do have the sponge. I have the sponge, and I have played around with it and used it, and while I do like the shape, I'm not someone who likes to apply foundation with a sponge, just because it will take up coverage and it'll, you know, soak up some of that product, and so you're really not gonna get that full coverage that you want. I really like to use this under my eye. I feel like it's great for that, or even like a cream blush. I think it's great for that, just not really with the foundation. But I love this foundation. This will be a staple in my routine if you want like a easy full coverage. You don't have to work with it. Like, you can just pump this on your face, blend it in, and you're really good to go. One note I will say, you need to shake this up. You should be shaking up all of your foundations, to be honest, but if you don't, this is a foundation that must be shaken in order to activate like the key ingredients that are going to make it look as beautiful as it is. So make sure you just do this for like that, and then you'll be good to go and you'll be fine. But it does say on the bottle, shake well before use, so just to make sure that you do that, just so you don't have any complications or anything like that. My next favorite foundation of this month is from About Face. This is Halsey's brand, and this is her Performer foundation. It's called like the Performer foundation. I have two shades here. This is medium deep to olive, and I also have medium deep to neutral. So I like to use the olive shade like really in the middle of my face, and then I'll take the neutral shade just on the edges, and I really like to play around with the colors like that. I feel like these blend beautifully. These would be great for people who are new to makeup. If you're just looking for an easy all-around foundation, you know, the shade ranges are great. She has like every undertone in her shade range, so you can start easy with that. It has a really easy doe foot applicator, so you can like do dots, or if you want to swipe it, I really like doing this around my brows because it's super easy just to get around there. If you wanted to, you could even use these for like bronzer or highlight if you don't want to buy a concealer. I don't know why you would do that, but you could if you wanted to. I will say the coverage is there. The coverage is more of like a light medium. It can be buildable to like a really good full coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy when you build it up. I've been playing around with this foundation since it came out, and you really can build it up to a full coverage. It's not gonna feel super heavy on your skin like some foundations do, but it's also not gonna feel as light as it truly is when you build it up. But I feel like that's true for a lot of foundations, so it's not really something you have to worry about. The price is really cheap. This is $22. I get mine at Ulta. And it's just really nice. It lasts long, it performs well with other powders and primers and concealers. It's not going to cake up on you, and it doesn't crease either, especially if you use a really nice powder or a primer to help with that. It's a really great foundation. I think you guys should definitely check this out. If you need a new foundation but you don't want to break your bank, but you want something that's worth the money, definitely check this out. Since we're talking about foundations, I do have one foundation brush that I want to talk about. This is from BK Beauty, and it's a 101 brush, and you can see it's really big and dense and angled, and I love this for foundation. I use this to apply my one size foundation, and it's just so easy to blend. Like, I don't know, it blends so beautifully. I think BK Beauty has amazing quality brushes, and they're not too expensive either. Super nice quality. This is like actually my first BK Beauty brush, but my mom has a couple others that I like to steal and use. So I love this one. I've been using this for my foundation every day. If you're looking for something that's really gonna enhance the coverage of your foundation, I think this is a great buy. And I like the angled, like how angled this is, because I can really like stop under here, and it's great for your forehead as well. Like, you can reach all of the little crevices on your face with this. So this is really nice. It cleans well. It's just a beautiful brush, and I wanted to mention it. And then I want to talk about this primer from Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Blur primer, and this is a silicone-free smoothing primer, okay? Now, this is great at blurring, but it's not why I love it. Why I love this is because it's a blurring primer that leaves a tacky feel on your skin. I don't know why this is so crazy for me. I have never had a primer do this, though. So I usually like to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. That's mask blurring kind of pore filling primer. It's similar to the elf putty primer that everybody loves. So I like to take that and then put that like on my cheeks, in my forehead, in my chin, just the areas that I have my enlarged, like I have really big pores. And then I'll take the Milk makeup primer and I'll put that on my cheeks and my forehead because it's gripping and it really helps with makeup longevity. So your makeup or your foundation that you put on top is really gonna stick and adhere. This is basically a 2-in-1, which is why I love this so much. I feel like more people need to like get onto that. Not everybody double primes obviously, but if you want a pore filling primer, this is great at that. But it's also really gonna help with your makeup longevity, unlike a bunch of other primers. So it's gonna fill in your pores, it's gonna be tacky. It's like the Milk and the Tatcha and like the elf in one. I love this primer so much. This has been like my everyday primer for a while, since it came out. Honestly, this is pretty new, but I've been using it every day since it came out. I've loved it. I haven't had any problems with it. It's not going to mattify. It's not advertised as a mattifying primer, but that's okay. I can use my powders, I can use other things, but this is great for blurring pores, also for like tackiness too. So love her. This has been all over TikTok. I feel like if you've been on TikTok at all within the past couple months, you've had to seen this somehow. This is the Curve Case from Made by Mitchell, and I have the deep shade. I'm gonna open it for you guys here, and as you can see, she's pretty well loved. You can see which shades I really do enjoy. So this is a cream palette, and you're gonna get 4 shades of bronzer and then 4 shades of blushes, and they come in like he has a light shade, a medium shade, a deep, and then he just came out with a lighter and a deeper shade. So he has shades for everybody across the ranges. Like everybody can find something that works for them in these palettes. I love Made by Mitchell. This is the first product that I've used so far, but I've heard nothing but great things. Other popular creators that I follow have loved his products. I'm definitely gonna buy more, but this is just it for me. If you're a beginner at makeup and you want something that's just all in one, I feel like this is great for you. Like $24 on the TikTok shop, and you get so much product for your money. You could buy this and this could be all you need. This is great for makeup artists as well. If you just want to take this on the go, or if you want to depot it into something smaller, you can do that as well. But I'm gonna swatch this one. This is the bronzer shade in Mocha Mommy. This is the one I use the most, and they're super creamy, super rich. I'm gonna do this one. This is Shade and Laid, and I like to use this one as a contour, and you can really see the difference between the two shades, and you can see the richness in there as well. I'm gonna do a blush as well. This is my favorite blush shade, this hot pink right here. This is, what is it called? Cowlick. I think that's so funny, but it's like a really hot pink. Look how beautiful that is. I'm gonna do this orange one too. This is Mango Daiquiri. So you can like look at how pretty. So it's like an orange, a hot pink, and these bronzers. It's just so beautiful. It's so creamy, and they blend like butter. I love a product that has a really good easy blend. If I have to work with your product to blend it out, I'm not using it. Like, why do I have to do that? But this, you just, I like to apply it with my finger, so I'll take a little bit on my finger, just dot it right there, take a brush or a sponge, and it just blends out so easy. It blends like a dream. And then once you set it, it's not moving. Like, you can even see where I applied it here right now. It's just so beautiful. I've been reaching for this every day since I got it. I love Mitchell. I love this case. Mwah, beautiful. This has been around forever. It's an oldie but a goodie. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and it is their airbrush bronzer. I have it in the shade 3. And just look how beautiful this is. I've had this in my collection for a while, and I found myself reaching for it just because for how buttery it is. I haven't used this in a minute, but I just remember the moment I started to, it's so buttery, and I like this shade too. I feel like this shade is a little light for me. Like I could go deeper in my bronzers, but I like this because it's a very natural bronzer. If I'm going for just like kind of a natural day and I don't want to be too dark, I don't want to be too bronzy, I just want to be very natural, very girly, very demure, I will pick this up. I love how big this pan is. I feel like you're never gonna hit pan. It's so soft and buttery. I feel like I've used that word so much today, but again, these are all of my September favorites, and I love a buttery blend. This is beautiful. I think this is like $54 on the Sephora website, but I think Ulta just got Charlotte Tilbury too, so you can get it at Ulta if you want. But this has been around forever. Everybody loves her for good reason too. Very high quality, beautiful blend. Love her. I want to get this in here before I forget. This is from Huda Beauty. These are her blushes. What are these? The blush filters. I have two of these. I have this peach shade, and then I have like the strawberry one. I actually put this in the video not as a blush, but as a color corrector. This is great for under my eye or even like around my mouth. Most color correctors I feel like are either too peachy for me or they're too red for me, you know, they don't really do what they're supposed to do. I'm very in the middle, and this is perfect. Actually, it's the perfect amount of peach, it's the perfect amount of red, and it's really gonna help correct the discoloration under my eye. So you can kind of see it's like orange, but it's peach, but it's got something in there. I don't know, this has been working wonders for me. I'm wearing it right now, so I don't use this as a blush, I use it as a color corrector, but it works beautifully. But as a blush, these are beautiful too. It smells so good. This smells like a lip smacker chapstick or something like that. But yeah, I do have a couple of these blushes, and I do like to use them as blushes, and they are beautiful. They're just like a nice wash of color, but this as a color corrector is honestly perfection. Last two beauty products are both finishing powders. I'm going to start with this one from Kosas. This is their Cloud Set finishing powder in Breezy. I like to use this powder under my eye and on top of makeup. So the way I like to use this is I'll set it right after I use concealer. So I'll put on my concealer, blend it out, and then I'll take this on either a powder puff or a powder brush, like a light little small brush, and I like to use that under my eye before I go in with a loose setting powder. And this is just basically gonna make that blend really smooth, and it's really gonna help those creases as well. This also works great over other powders, so if I don't use this before I set, I'll use it after I set. Actually, I think I'm gonna use it right now. I'm looking a little oily on my nose, and that's because I didn't mattify my nose, but as you can see, I'll just take a little on a powder puff, and it really just, it's not gonna take away all of your shine, but it is just gonna blur it a little bit so it's not so stark, you know? I feel like this is the perfect in-between powder. Some powders are great as finishing powders, some powders are great only as setting powders. This is great as both. If you want a really light set that's not gonna take away that shine or that kind of natural look you've got going on with your makeup, you should use this. And also, if you want it to kind of blur any other fine lines on your face after you've set your makeup with maybe a heavy setting powder, a heavier setting powder, this will work great as well. It's not going to be too heavy, it's not going to sit in your creases or your fine lines. It's really just going to blur, and it's just going to set, and it's just going to kind of give that really bouncy kind of light set. I don't really know what else to say about this. It's really great. As you can see, it's well loved. I've hit pan on it. It's very rare that I hit pan on products, but I really do love this. I reach for it every day in some fashion. I love that I can use it for different things. I can use it to set, I can use it to finish, I can use it to kind of touch up. It's just a really great powder just to have in your kit. And then this is from e.l.f. This is their Perfect HD Finish Powder. I like using this at the end of my makeup. So I'll set everything, I'll take my setting spray, and then I'll set with my setting spray, and then sometimes depending on what setting spray I have or I'll use, I'll look dewy in places that I don't want to look dewy. And what this is great for is just brightening up areas and kind of not really mattifying but really blurring. I would say I like to use this one on the face more, and I like to use this one under the eye just because of how brightening it is, especially at the end of my routine after I've done blush and highlighter and lashes and lip gloss. Sometimes that bright under eye just tends to get lost in everything, and this really does bring that back. And I love that it's e.l.f. because that means I can repurchase it and not break my bank. e.l.f. products have really been hitting lately, and I just love that this is one of them. It's so good, you know. I think everybody should have this. I've never used it to set my makeup just because I don't think it would be great at that, but it is great at brightening your under eye and just giving you a really smooth, poreless finish. Last item in today's video is kind of random, but I'm just gonna mention it. This is from Trader Joe's. This is their well-rested herbal tea blend. I'm a huge tea drinker. I love having a glass, or I love having like a little mug of tea in the morning or at night before I go to bed. I actually keep like a water heater in my room just so I can have tea whenever I want. Like, it's that serious to me. I like to drink this at the end of the day. It's kind of like minty, kind of zen, kind of just really calming. If you like the zen tea from, what's it called? Tivana? Maybe not Tivana. What's it called? Tazo. There you go. If you like the Tazo teas, this is kind of like that. Tazo has a tea bag, and it's like Zen, Z-E-N, whatever. This tastes kind of like that. Zen is a bit more minty than this, but it still kind of has the same vibe. I like drinking this. I like to put just a little bit of honey in it, not too much, because the flavor in this is already pretty powerful. It's caffeine free, so it's perfect at night. It's not going to keep you up. It's really just gonna calm your nerves and, you know, let you wind down for the end of the night. And for someone with high anxiety like me, I need all the winding down I can get. Oh my god, I forgot to mention this. No. Okay, this is from Too Faced. Really quick. This is from Too Faced. It's a brow pencil. It's their pomade in a pencil. I picked this up a couple months ago, and I love this so much. I think this honestly is gonna replace my Anastasia dip brow, and that is crazy. My Anastasia pomade, everybody loves dip brow. You know, we all went crazy in 2016. This I feel like could replace that. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. But as you can tell by the name, pomade in a pencil, it's basically a really waxy and thick kind of pomade, but it's in a pen, so it's really easy for you to navigate and get the perfect brow without the risk of using too much or giving like that really big block brow that we were using in 2016. Like, that just wasn't it. This is amazing. I will say a light hand is best, just because if you're too heavy-handed, it can get really heavy and muddy and it's just not gonna look right. Like, you just barely have to press down to get any sort of pigment in there. As you can see, I'm just going to show you right there, and I just love it so much. It's like a deep kind of rich brown, and it lasts all day as well. So it's just like a pomade, but it's just in a pen fashion, so it's just so easy, and I think that's perfect. Why aren't more companies doing this? I don't know. And then the packaging is so cute. Like, come on, the little heart. I gotta say, Too Faced will always eat packaging, because, like, come on, you're telling me you're not picking this up in the middle of Ulta? Like, come on, isn't she so cute? We got a little spoolie on the end. I use the shade Espresso, and I'm wearing it right now. This is the only eyebrow product that I'm wearing right now. You can see how rich it is. I've been wearing this since like 11 a.m. It's 5 o'clock right now. Brows haven't moved. So I've been reaching for this every day. I will say this doesn't work well with other products. So if you like to use use a brow gel, or if you like to use like a soap brow or something like that, do not use this after, because it's just not going to work well. This really works best if you have clean brows with nothing on them, so that way the wax or the pomade can really stick to your brows and move them, and you know, it'll just work better that way. So that is officially the end of my video. I hope this was fun. I hope, you know, if you see any products that you like, you might pick them up. I don't know, who knows. But yeah, these are all my favorite things. This was super fun. I love you, and I will see you later. Bye. I can't do this.